Right? Clause 6.2, information security objectives and planning to achieve them. Let me guess. Somewhere in your management system there is a document, probably a slide, probably made at 11 at night, and on it are the words improve our security posture. No number, no owner, no date, just vibes, cute. That is not an objective, that is a mood board, and it is the single most common thing I see teams walk into an ISO 27001 project carrying, like it's going to save them. So let me be blunt up front. If you cannot measure it, you cannot manage it. And if you cannot manage it, you certainly cannot evidence it. That is the whole clause. That is the whole game. Here is the thing. Clause 6.2 does not ask you to be secure. It asks you to be specific, and people find specific genuinely painful, because specific is where you find out whether anybody actually intends to do the work.
Let me place it quickly, because context matters. 6.1 is risks and opportunities. That is where you work out what could hurt you. 6.2 is what you're going to do about it on purpose with a name and a deadline attached. They are siblings. 6.1 is the diagnosis, 6.2 is the treatment plan. And a treatment plan that says get better soon is not a treatment plan. Now let's do what the standard actually says, because everyone quotes it and almost nobody reads it.
Organization shall establish information security objectives at relevant functions and levels. Relevant functions and levels, so not one objective, floating at board height, disconnected from everything. Engineering has objectives, support has objectives, the people handling customer data have objectives. If your entire objectives register is one line owned by the leadership team, you have written a wish collectively and then hidden behind the collective, then the conditions, and there are 7 of them. Stay with me because this is where it gets useful.
1. The objectives shall be consistent with the information security policy. If your policy talks about protecting customer data and your objectives are all about, tidying the asset register, something has come loose. 2. They shall be measurable if practicable. If practicable, that is the standard being generous, and people abuse that generosity like a free bar. Most of the time it is practicable, you just didn't want to commit to a number, because a number can be missed.
3. They shall take account of applicable information security requirements and the results of risk assessment and risk treatment. So your objectives should come from your risk work, not from a template, not from a blog, from the actual risks you actually found in your actual business. 4. They shall be monitored. 5. They shall be communicated. 6. They shall be updated as appropriate. 7. They shall be available as documented information. Monitored, communicated, updated, documented. Read those 4 again. Every single one of them is a thing you cannot do to a feeling. You cannot monitor, be more secure. You cannot communicate it in any meaningful way. Well, you can, but the message received is nothing is expected of you, which is exactly the message most people wanted. And then, the bit that gets skipped. When planning how to achieve its objectives, the organization shall determine what will be done, what resources will be required, who will be responsible, when it will be completed, and how the results will be evaluated. What? Resources, who, when, and how you'll evaluate it. 5 things. That's not bureaucracy. That is just being an adult about a commitment. So let's make it real. Small software company, 30 people, maybe 40. They sell a product, they hold customer data, they have one very tired person called Dave, who is somehow both the head of engineering and the entire security function, and the person who orders the coffee. Bad objective, improve patch management. Good objective. 95% of critical vulnerabilities on internet-facing systems remediated within 14 days, measured monthly from the scanner report. Owner Dave reviewed at the quarterly management review, resource required, 4 hours a week of Dave's time and a scanning tool that somebody actually pays for. Now look at the difference. The second one can fail. That is the point. That's the entire point. An objective that cannot fail is not an objective. It is a decoration. Here comes the distressingly honest part. If you write it properly, you will discover that Dave does not have 4 hours a week, he has -6. And that discovery, that horrible, awkward discovery, is worth more than the whole document, because clause 6.2 isn't really testing your security, it's testing whether your ambitions and your calendar have ever been introduced to each other. Sound familiar? Most objectives registers I've seen are a list of things nobody has budgeted for, owned by people who don't know they own them, reviewed by nobody, on a date that already went past. And I say that with love, because I have absolutely written documents like that myself at 11 at night, telling myself it counted. It doesn't count. It never counted. So here's your test. Open your objectives right now. Pick one. Ask 3 questions. What is the number? Whose name is on it? What is the date? If you can't answer all 3 in under 10 seconds, that's not an objective. That's a paragraph you wrote to make an auditor go away, and it won't, because they'll ask you the same 3 questions and then ask a 4th. Show me the last time you monitored it. Go and rewrite one. Just one. Today. Give it a number, a name, and a date, and then go and tell the person whose name you just wrote on it. If that conversation is uncomfortable, congratulations. You finally have a real management system.